Ever watch a finish to a race and thought to yourself, man, I wish Kyle Larson won the race? Or, man, I wish Chase Elliott won the race? Or, man, I wish Kyle Busch won the race? Well, you're in luck. I'm going back and redoing some of the finishes to these races. But I'm doing this not once, not twice, but 10 times with 10 winners. This is the 10 Winners Challenge. As a thank you for helping me reach 2,000 subscribers, I give 20 total attempts at the 5th 10 Winners Challenge at Homestead. You can find the first 10 attempts in the description down below. In case you missed it, I took the lineup with 10 to go and made that the Green-White-Checkered Finish. I'll say who wins the title after each attempt, and if you need more context, please check out the first video. Now, onward to 10 more Winners Challenge. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get a second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Who is going to win the championship? Chase Elliott to the inside of Brad Keselowski as the whole entire field goes down to turn number 1. Kyle Larson, only win at Michigan so far. Can he get a second win of the season? Down the back straightaway, Carl Edwards and Joey Logano are side by side, and this is for the win and the championship. Down turn number 3, Edwards sweeps way high on the track. Logano to the middle, and Johnson to the bottom. Ty Dillon, he could potentially upset. Down the front straightaway, and we have a wreck. There we go, down the front straightaway. Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., the caution is out. Caution is out, and Jimmie Johnson is the champion, I believe. When the caution flew, Jimmie Johnson was in front of the field. Ty Dillon could be in front all he wants, but when the caution flies, the field is frozen. Kevin Harvick, severe damage to his car. And so, yeah, I believe Jimmie Johnson was in front of Logano at the time. And so, Johnson wins, Logano is second. McMurray, heavy damage to his car. But it's all Jimmie Johnson right now. As they go through turn 3 and 4, and NASCAR is confirming to us that Jimmie Johnson is the winner at Homestead. Johnson's never won at Homestead until now. Pace car has its lights on, and they are going to pass the checkered flag stand as Jimmie Johnson is your winner and 7th time champion in NASCAR history. We will show you a replay eventually here of the wreck as we do congratulate Jimmie Johnson on winning the championship for the 7th time, tying Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. And so, as we mentioned, we will show you the replay as, unfortunately, Logano nor Carl Edwards are going to win the title, and Kyle Busch will not win for a second time. There's Carl Edwards, absolutely emotionless in that car. It'll be interesting to hear from Edwards and how another championship has slipped away from his grasp. Definitely disappointing to see that from Edwards, but again, Jimmie Johnson, he has done it. He has won, and so here is the replay of the wreck. Hamlin gets into McDowell, who gets into Truex, who gets into Kenseth, and once they spin out, it clogs up the whole entire track, and because of that, it is impossible to stay green, and that's why NASCAR needed to throw the caution. So once again, Jimmie Johnson, I bet he's thrilled inside that car, and he's going to go celebrate and have a good time. Congrats to Jimmie Johnson in that 48 Low Chevrolet team. And also, thank you guys for watching. It has been a pleasure to give all this entertainment to you guys, and we hope to see you in 2017. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get a second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Here we go, down turn number 1. Carl Edwards and Kyle Larson are side by side. Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick 3rd and 4th. Look at that, top 6 have pulled away from the rest of the field. Down the back straightaway, Kyle Larson still has an edge. And look at him all floored by the camera. Carl Edwards is going to go to the middle. Kyle Larson way up high. Oh boy, I don't know if Kyle Larson got to the wall or not. But right now it is all Carl Edwards. Here they come to the line. White flag is out, last lap here at Homestead. Carl is your leader, Kevin is second, and that is Denny Hamlin. Look at him going by Jimmie Johnson for the 3rd position. Down the back straightaway, it is still Carl, Kevin looking to the middle, but Denny, he has a strong run down the back straightaway. Look at Hamlin go, he's going to take the win away. Carl is high. Can Carl keep the championship though? Eyes are on Denny, but we got to focus on the back as Jimmie has a strong run. They're side by side for the title. Hamlin wins, and I think Johnson just stole the championship away again from Carl Edwards. Again, Carl Edwards is going to have to deal with 2nd again. And Jimmie Johnson, he's going to get his 7th Cup championship. So there you see the top 10 on your screen as Jimmie Johnson. He's done it again. He has tied Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty for championships. And boy, he's going to have a lot of momentum going into 2017. So congrats to the 48 team. And Carl, let's see if he can do it again in 2017. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his 2nd? Can Carl or Logano get their 1st? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Kyle Larson did not get a good jump on that restart. Carl is able to pull away 2, 3 car lengths down into turn number 1. Kyle falls in behind. Can Kyle catch Carl? Kevin Harvick right now on behind Kyle Larson as going down the back straightaway 1, 2, 3. Denny Hamlin's in 5th, Jimmie Johnson in 4th. Coming down turn number 3, it is still Carl. Kyle Larson is going to sweep to the high side. There goes Kevin, and here goes Hamlin. They're going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway, battling for the win. Kevin bumps, they get Hamlin. He hits Edwards, he hits Hamlin again. White flag is out in there. Oh my gosh, here we go. Hamlin spins in front of the field. Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, caution is out now. Martin Truex Jr. involved, Jamie McMurray involved, Allmendinger. And now, who is the winner? Who won? I believe it's that man right there. It is Joey Logano in the 22. He was out in the lead when the caution flew. And so because of that, not just has Logano won the race, but he is your 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. What an incredible last lap. And Jimmie Johnson, heavily damaged. He will not get his 7th championship. Lots of damage to that car. Kyle Busch, front end damage to his car. He'll have to win another year for his 2nd championship. But guys, it is all Joey Logano. He's finally done it. He was a rookie in 2009. He's been very competitive, and I feel like he's at the peak of his career now. Joey Logano gets his 1st career championship, and congrats to him and all that team. Here's a replay, and this is from Joey Logano's onboard. Look at Harvick ping pong between Hamlin and Edwards. And then they finally give up. Harvick doesn't really get as much damage, but look how close Logano got into getting involved. We do have another view of the wreck. Again, Harvick has ping pongs between Hamlin and Edwards. Kyle Larson almost gets away, but gets into Denny Hamlin. Kyle Busch gets into his teammate. Austin Dillon gets involved, Martin Truex, and the field gets clogged up, so they had to throw the caution. So again, congrats to Joey Logano and his team. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his 2nd? Can Carl or Logano get their 1st? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Coming down turn number 1, everyone is so close together. Carl Edwards does pull out in front of Kyle Larson. Joey Logano second, Jimmie Johnson third, and it looks like Brad Keselowski's going to move into the 4th position. Down the back straightaway, it is still Carl, but look at all the cars to the inside. Can Carl get the strong run to the high side? Look at him go. He's using that high side to the advantage as they're going to be 3 wide for the win and the championship. Down turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Ooh, Johnson and Logano, they get into each other. White flag is out, and that gives the nod to Carl Edwards. On board with Ryan Newman as they're going to go about 4 wide. Look at Chase Elliott. Can Elliott get his first career win at Homestead? Down the back straightaway, and it is Elliott. Elliott out of, I believe that's 9th position. Down the back straightaway. He only has 1 more turn to go. Ryan Newman, Jimmie Johnson. Right now, Johnson does have the championship. But right now, it is Chase Elliott. First career win at Homestead. Impressive run by Chase Elliott at the very end, and a very, very popular victory all across NASCAR. His father, Bill, was a champion, and now his son is a winner. Jimmie Johnson, speaking of champions, is now your 7th time champion. Congrats to that team, and what an impressive feat that 48 team has become. We did have a wreck at the end of the race. Stewart gets into David Reagan, and David Reagan, not so lucky, and gets into the inside wall pretty hard. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Coming down turn number 1, Jimmie Johnson looking underneath Logano right immediately. Jimmie Johnson now all over the back of Carl Edwards. He wants that championship. Down the back straightaway they go. Into turn number 3, Kyle Larson's going to use that high side. Whoa, boy, Logano and Harvick almost wrecked. Logano, something was wrong with his tires, and he's going to fall all the way to the back, losing his chance at the championship. Last lap for Chase Elliott. Down into turn number 1, we got a bunch of new faces up front. As, oh wow, yeah, Ricky Stenhouse, and that is Michael McDowell. And a second team for Thriving Financial Racing. He gets by Ricky Stenhouse. Boy, several of the big names. I don't know if they had tire failures or what, but right now it is all Michael McDowell. He is your leader and your winner, and I think Jimmie Johnson's going to win the title. Coming off of turn number 4, it is Michael McDowell. He's going to win here at Homestead. Oh, we got a wreck. Down the front straightaway. Clint Bowyer, Michael Annett, Trevor Bayne gets involved. Kurt Busch spins out. But guys, Michael McDowell has upset the field and has won here at Homestead. Jimmie Johnson is your 7-time champion. All the attention, of course, is on Johnson, but guys, Michael McDowell, he got his first Xfinity Series win at Road America earlier, and now he gets his first Cup win in a second car for Levine Family Racing. And here we go, here's the replay of the wreck. Clint Bowyer, Michael Annett, Paul Menard spin out, Trevor Bayne, Kurt Busch, Landon Castle, Regan Smith, all get involved at the very end, and Logano too. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Here we go. Who's going to win the championship? Johnson wants it. Already to the inside of Logano, and they're going to go 3 wide immediately. Carl Edwards is going to go with Logano's line, but that just opens up the door for Johnson. Down the back straightaway, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, second and third potentially. Look at Carl get that strong run. Here they come, a couple of cars in the wall, and Carl Edwards too. I was about to say Kyle Larson got in the wall, but Carl Edwards, his tires might be down. White flag is out. Jimmie Johnson is your leader for the moment. Down turn number 1, and Brad Keselowski's right there. Ryan Newman's right there. Joey Logano is about to fall back, as I believe, unless something happens to Johnson, this is his championship to lose. Meanwhile, for the win, it's going to be Ryan Newman. RCR has not won a race since 2013. Newman almost won the championship in 2014. No championship for Newman, but he does do another thing. He's going to come off of turn number 4, and he will win at Homestead. The Cat Financial Chevrolet finally gets to go to victory lane, and Jimmie Johnson, he is your 7th time champion. What an absolutely chaotic finish this was. No one expected Ryan Newman to win, but Jimmie Johnson, he is your 7th time champion. So congrats to him, congrats to Newman, and man, I am so excited already for the 2017 season. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Equal restart on the front straightaway as Larson or Edwards got the edge over the other. Kevin Harvick looking to the high side, but I think he's going to stick behind Larson as Edwards gets a good push from Joey Logano down the back straightaway. Back to the straightaway, here we go. Edwards to the high side, Joey Logano. Ty Dillon getting a strong run underneath Chase Elliott farther in the back. As they are cluttered together. Edwards goes down to the middle. Johnson low. Here they come. White flag is out last lap here at Homestead. On board with Carl Edwards as Jimmie Johnson. Ooh, Edwards and oh boy, Harvick and Johnson, they get into each other, but Jimmie still goes. Down the back straightaway, they're going to be 3 wide. Edwards did not get the run he needed off of turn number 2, and that's going to be all Jimmie Johnson to turn number 3. Kevin Harvick swings high as they are going to be 3 wide. Carl has fallen way back, and Ricky Stenhouse off of turn number 4 out of nowhere will steal the win away here at Homestead. Ryan Newman crashes down the front straightaway. But guys, Roush has not won a race since 2014, and Stenhouse, literally out of nowhere, was able to beat out Johnson for the win. But that doesn't make a difference championship-wise because Jimmie Johnson is still your champion. 7-time champion for that guy. And congrats to him. And congrats to Stenhouse on stealing that one away. Here is a replay of that wreck. Bowman gets way too close to Newman and into the inside wall he goes. Newman thought about going, but he thought of it and just braked because he already got his finishing spot, so there's no point in going. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Ryan Newman ducks down low as they go into turn number 1. It is still Edwards and Larson. Matt Kenseth goes to the high side. They're 3 wide farther in the back. Carl Edwards. Boy, Carl Edwards, he can try to get his first career championship. But Logano wants it too. Down turn number 3. Joey Logano is in the middle. Carl Edwards sweeps high. Larson is high. Larson is getting a run, but here comes Jimmie Johnson. White flag is out as they are 4 wide farther in the back. It is still Jimmie Johnson going into turn number 1. Carl Edwards trying to do everything he can, but I think Edwards sweeps a little too high, and that'll give the championship again to Jimmie Johnson. Down the back straightaway, Brad Keselowski in the Ford car. He has not won a race in a while, but here comes Kasey Kahne. Kasey looking for some spark. Comes down the front straightaway. Trevor Bayne is not on the lead lap, so he doesn't matter. Kasey Kahne wins at Homestead and at an upset. We were not expecting Kasey Kahne to win at all, and it looks like he had the strong car at the very end to get the job done. Meanwhile, his Hendrick teammate Jimmie Johnson does win the championship once more, and Carl Edwards is going to have to wait another year to get his championship title. So congrats to Johnson and congrats to Kasey Kahne on winning your... Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his second? Can Carl or Logano get their first? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Jimmie Johnson not taking any time. Here he goes to the inside of Joey Logano as Kyle Larson immediately takes the jump to the lead. Turn number 2, Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards are side by side for the second position. And Johnson, whoa! Johnson gets into Carl Edwards. Carl almost wrecks, but he keeps going down the back straightaway. And Jimmie spins! And he wrecks. Down turn number 3, Martin Truex, Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman also wreck. Caution is out. And Kyle Larson is your winner here at Homestead. Jimmie Johnson's chances of winning have been dropped. He'll have to wait another year for that 7th championship because Carl Edwards, he is your first-time champion at Homestead. Kevin Harvick trying to make his case that he won, but that is absolutely false. Kyle Larson was definitely in front at the time of victory. So Kyle Larson's your winner. Kevin Harvick finished 2nd. Carl Edwards would finish 3rd. And Johnson just did not time his move correctly, ends up wrecking at the very end. But guys, Kyle Larson is your winner here at Homestead, and Carl Edwards is your first-time champion in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. So here's a replay of the wreck. So Johnson gets way too close to Edwards. Edwards pulls probably the save of the year, but Johnson goes up to block Keselowski. That was not as well timed. Ty Dillon gets some damage. Kyle Busch also gets some damage. Logano barely got away, but it doesn't matter because Carl Edwards is already out in front. We do have an onboard from Jimmie Johnson. Here he is. Look how close he is to Edwards. And then Johnson tries to go up, but Keselowski was already there. And guys, Keselowski was not going to let up because we know that that this is for the win, and Brad Keselowski wants that win. But speaking of winning, it is all Kyle Larson. 2nd career win, and Kyle Larson's season does end on a high note. No chase, but I think he'll be ready for 2017, and congrats to Carl Edwards. Kyle Larson starts first, but he chooses the outside line. Carl Edwards is underneath. Joey Logano, Jimmie Johnson, and Kyle Busch all have a chance to win the championship. Can Kyle get his 2nd? Can Carl or Logano get their 1st? Or will Johnson get his 7th title? Coming off of turn number 4, green flag is in the air. 2 laps to go here at Homestead. Jimmie Johnson not taking any... Oh boy, there he goes to the inside. Joey Logano, he's beginning to fall back. Meanwhile, it is Carl Edwards and Kyle Larson side by side for the win. Down the back straightaway they go. Jimmie Johnson, look at him go. Very strong man right there. Into turn number 3, Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick. They both get into the outside wall. Kyle Larson gets off as they are 3 wide. Brad Keselowski gets into the lead. White flag is out here at Homestead. Ricky Stenhouse is on the inside there. He had some tire issues, but we keep going. Ryan Newman has a good, clear lead. Clint Boyer, strong run down the back straightaway. Can Boyer end up winning it? Brad Keselowski starts to fall back. Jimmie Johnson, I believe, is going to be your champion, as it is Ryan Newman and Tony Stewart. That's Tony Stewart. Look at that. Impressive run through turn number 4, and in one of the greatest comebacks in NASCAR history, Tony Stewart wins at Homestead. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? I thought Stewart was gone. I thought he was like 3 laps down or something like that. But no, he was a waiver-on car. And Tony Stewart, boy, all of that. Oh my gosh. Johnson is your champion, but Tony Stewart, he gets his 50th win of his career, and it comes at his final race. Wow. There you go. Everyone from Kyle Busch to Kyle Larson to Tony Stewart to Brian Scott has won. Hopefully one attempt satisfies you. Thank you for watching, and let me know which attempt was your favorite. Thanks for 2,000 subs, and be sure to look out for the Speed Weeks of videos. So thank you for the support, and as always, I will see you next time.